Okay, so we're on to operating statements. And so with operating statements, you typically get a question that's asking you to prepare some statements with either using the full costing method versus the marginal costing method. And the full costing method sort of takes the full cost into account. And so when you get this type of thing, what they're really saying here is that we absorb and vary everything, including fixed overheads, which is why we had all the drama of the earlier questions. Right. So in terms of just looking at that, therefore, and then they give you all of this in your typical exam question. So the question is asking, remember, we're still flexing the budget. So this just helps us to flex the budget. So I know that the total cost of making a unit, the total cost of making 14,700 units, this is what I know. So I can find what the full cost is of making the standard cost, if you like, of making one unit, which is because I'm using full costing, I am considering fixed overheads to be variable. So I will say 59,444 divided by 14,700, and that's £4.04. And when I flex my budget, £4, keep that in your calculator. Don't mess around with, don't shorten that. When I flex my budget, I'm going to be multiplying that by what actually happened, right? Because that's really the whole point of this. Um, I'm comparing it based on actual number of units. So I multiply that figure, this thing here, by 13,500, and you should get 554,591 if you round that up. And that's what you have. That's the first thing you need to be clear about. That's what you're doing here. When you come to the marginal, we ignore the fixed cost because we do not absorb fixed cost using marginal costing. And then you literally bang in all the variances. So you have, because they've literally done it for you. They just want you to prepare the statements just to show your understanding. And you can see that's all I'm doing here. 1006, 650, and 837. So I'm going to add all these together now. So 1401 plus 390 plus 129 plus 600. Oops, sorry. Let's do that again. 1401 plus 390 plus 129 plus 650 takes us into 2,570. And then on the other hand, we have 208 plus 149 plus 1,006 plus 837 takes us into 2,200. So we have favorable 2,570 less the adverse 22. So we have overall a favorable variance of 370. And the favorable variance means that we actually used less than what we thought we were going to use, right? That's the whole point of this idea of favorable. This means that we had planned to use 545, but we actually used less, and therefore you're going to be taking that off the, and so therefore what actually happened was 54221. That's the actual cost of production, 370 less than what we planned. When we now look at marginal costing, like I said, we ignore this. I'll just give this a clean. We ignore the fixed overheads in effect and ask what are the costs before the fixed overheads, and that of course would have been all these three added together, and so that's basically taking the fixed overhead costs off this current situation. So 59,444 minus 10,250 is 49,194. So I'm going to find that now. So I basically got rid of this, and I'm going to find what the variable costs are, which is these three. Yes, really, that's what I'm saying. Add these three together and divide by 1470 to get the standard 14700. The standard cost is really £3.34, blah, blah, blah. And I now multiply that, of course, by 13,500. Do that times 13,500, and you get 45,178. Put that in here. 45,178. Because I'm not messing around with my overheads as I shouldn't really be doing. I shouldn't be messing around with them. Is 10,250. So I have 10,250, and then slip in all the costs as we had. before. And what do I have here? 1401, 1401, 390, 129, 208, 149, 1006, and literally just the fixed overhead expenditure, which is 650. I mean, it's just what it was, 650. We're not including any of that volume business. So this remains, there's 4 items here, isn't there? There's 4 items. Sorry. 1 second, let me just be clear here. 650. I put this in the wrong column. So 650. Favorable, wasn't it? Fixed overhead, yes. You have those 4 items. So you have a total variance of 2570. 2570. And you have all of this except the 837, of course. And so you have 2200 minus 837, which is 1363. So you have a cost of 1363. Yes, that's what you have here, isn't it? Yes, let's just add that again to be sure. 208 plus 149 plus 1006 is 1363. Perfect. And so you have a favorable variance of 2570 minus 1363, which is 1207. So that's favorable. So what does that mean? I have 45178 right up here, plus the 10,250. That's actually 55,428. And what actually happened was we actually had, this is favorable, so we actually use less than that. So we need to take that off, minus 12,207, and that's 54,221. And that's your actual cost of production. And that's how you build these charts. That's sort of the way to look at that. And now you can definitely translate that into Pug. Pretty much the same principle, right? Literally just pick those digits up and power through. Cool, great stuff.